my first reason for concern is no other than your quarterback, Tyler Shough.
Right. Where you at, Boot Nation? From the Bayou to you, this is Blitz in the Boot. I'm Matt.
And you know who I might be, Ray, in an all-white tee. Nah, listen up, man. They had a couple people ask a few questions, man. One of the biggest questions was this Saints team that we go for, are they real contenders or are they just great pretenders? And that's what we're going to get into today, man. As always, man, hit that subscribe button. Our link tree is going to be down below. It's going to have all our socials. That's at Blitz in the Boot. And comment down below, too, man. What do y'all think? Y'all think the hype train's right? Or y'all think the lights might be just a little too bright?
Let us know. We about to let y'all know.
Hit that like button. Let's get straight into it. I mean, last week we did a 53-man roster recap. If you didn't, go tune into that, please. And this week we just going to break it down for y'all. Are the Saints contenders or are the Saints pretenders? We're going to give y'all our opinion. Now, some mainstream media got us going from, worst to first. They got us ranked on top of that list. Some media aren't buying into the hype. Some think, But we're going to let you know, should you buy into the hype or should you not? So let's get right into it, man. First and foremost, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, brother. How you doing?
That's good. I'm doing great. So let's get into it, man. What's your reason and what's your thinking? And what's a reason that you think that this Saints team could take that next step and be a real contender in this league?
Yeah, bro. First and foremost, you got to start with the head dick of this ship, the head coach, Kellen Moore.
Big Kellen.
He got the guys buying in. He's building a better culture than what we had in recent history. The energy's at an all-time high. Probably not all-time high, but
damn near all-time
feel like
high.
It's been so long.
High.
Right. But
sure. He
got the energy so high from the players to the fan base to even national media now, And the most important thing, he's an offensive guru. He started his coaching career as an offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, starting in 2019 to 2022, where that offense ranked top 5 in points per game besides one season without Dak Prescott. They ranked top 10 in total offense besides that 1 year without Dak Prescott. So, he proved he could do it. But when he left, there's a slight concern. He went to LA. They ranked 21st in points per game, and total offense they was ranked 18th. So that's like a little slight concern he got on his resume, I'd say. So that season wasn't the best. He had a lot of injuries with his players. He had the starting quarterback get hurt and played through injuries and then ended up on season-ending IR. He had key offensive linemen go down, miss time, and his second best wide receiver was out by week 3 with a torn ACL. So he didn't really have the best situation to work with. He had to leave there, find a new home.
Ooh, where he went?
Man, you know where he went. He went to Philly.
Super Bowl
champs. Took that offense, put that offense at first in points per game, 8th in total offense. Even led my favorite player, Saquon Barkley, to a historic season with 2,000 rushing yards. He elevated that team's offense, used it to max potential, loved it. Then after that, he decided, man, I think it's time for me to run my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what he did, he came down to the bayou.
To the boat.
Come down to the bayou. He took over a New Orleans Saints team that didn't look too promising. He came in. The Saints ranked 28th in points per game and 23rd in total offense. Didn't look too great. Most of that was due to the start of the season when we went 1-7 with Spencer Rattler. Then he made the QB change, put in Tyler Shough, his guy that he drafted, that he wanted. So things started to climb up from there. And now we're here talking about, are we contenders or pretenders?
Right. Yeah, man. I think you hit it on the head. Kellen Moore is a big reason for optimism. He's a big reason that we should look forward to watching the Saints this season. And a big reason to think that they should keep improving. I think Kellen Moore is a great offensive mind. He proved it with what he did as an offensive coordinator. However, being an offensive coordinator is a big difference from being a head coach.
100%.
And as the leader of a pack, the head coach, currently he's 6-11. I ain't gonna hold that against him too much.
Right.
Hopefully that will improve, throughout his career.
Wasn't dealt the best hand, so.
Right. And a lot of times he did deal with a lot of stacked rosters. In Dallas, there's no secret who they had with the offensive line: Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb. In Philadelphia, another great O-line: Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. But I mean, hey man, with what he had, he made the most of it for sure. So I hope that he makes the most of the weapons that we have over here. The main concern with Kellen Moore, something that he does in his career a lot, is just starting off slow. Last year, we were 31st in opening drives. And for the 9 starts that Tyler Shough had, it only equated to 10 points.
Unacceptable.
Touchdown and a field goal out of 9 total starts. Yeah, that's not good, man. And he has a history of that, man. He was like 30th in Philly. He was mid-20s for Dallas, and I think 17th for LA. So I would like to see that improve. We need to start games fast. It's hard. You can't win a lot of games starting slow. You have to be a damn good team to win a lot of games when you don't start off fast. So yeah, man, if we want to keep this pedal to the metal, it got to start with the opener. And I don't know if it was hopefully it was Kellen Moore, not Tyler Shough, because Tyler Shough also is known to start off slow over the 9 games that we seen him play. So I just hope that they improve that as a tandem.
Right.
Other than that, man, yeah, I think Kellen Moore is great for this team. I hope he's the coach for the long haul, man. He's a perfect reason why we should be optimistic about this upcoming season.
100%. And although he does start slow, this is another great trait that he has that makes me feel so optimistic about him. His in-game adjustments. He's one of the best. You talked about it. He started slow everywhere he went, but also his second half team is some of the best. The second half scoring, it's top of the league. So, I mean, that flaw is there. We would like it to get better. We would like the Saints to start faster. Kellen Moore got to get this team going from the jump. Can't wait.
Yes, sir. And a big thing that can help Kellen Moore, it all depends on the second reason for optimism, is how Tyler Shough will play. Now, Tyler Shough, it might be the glaring reason why we even sitting on this couch talking about, are we contenders?
100%.
He had a very promising rookie campaign. He was rookie of the year runner-up. He had the 3rd best completion percentage in the NFL. He was 7th in passing yards per game. He was 8th in the passer rating. He only had 2% turnover-worthy plays, which was 4th best in the NFL. Jeez. He had the most wins by a rookie in Saints history. Now he got all these new weapons, his second year in the Kellen Moore system. And not to mention, man, his archetype. If you think about, a perfect look of a QB, you think of Josh Allen.
Right.
That's 6'5", that's 225. That's big arm, that's mobility, able to move around in the pocket.
Right.
And, man, let's just face it, that's Tyler Shough.
100%.
That's Tyler Shough. As much as people don't want to admit it, that's Tyler Shough. So I think, I think he's going to be a big reason why this team improves, as long as he improves with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think him and Kellen Moore should, hopefully they work together and they create the team that we think this team will be.
Yeah, I think he will. Personally, he took the initiative this year to get all the guys together, put in the off-season work, then took it a step further and met with
the GOAT.
None other than Drew Brees. So he got these guys buying in, believing in him. That's huge. You want your guys to believe in your quarterback. He's the leader of the team. He's gonna. So, but the big question is the sophomore season, the sophomore slump everybody talks about. Which sophomore year trajectory he could take.
Right. Where will he go?
Right. Could it be the Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Drake May, and Caleb Williams route, where they lead their teams to playoffs and Super Bowl runs? Or he's going to end up playing like, C.J. Stroud. Luckily, they made the playoffs. Played terrible. Wasn't good. Mac Jones, he never bounced back as a starter.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Mac Jones. I know which one I need. I need that Pat Mahomes type,
right.
I need them Super Bowl runs. Dog.
Right. And even if he has a sophomore slump, we can't be too outraged because Dak Prescott is one of the guys that played terrible,
right.
And he made a hell of a career after his sophomore slump. So I mean,
right.
Can't be. But
I think he's gonna be good, man. I think he needs to take that step forward, and I think he will take that step forward. And what better year to take that step forward than a year with a weak division?
Right.
And that's my second reason for optimism. It's just the division, man. I mean, this is the most wide open division in football.
No doubt.
For all the wrong reasons. The NFC North might be the second most wide open division in football for the opposite reasons. But yeah, man, NFC South's been like that for a long time. Last year, every team went 3-3, split the division games, and the Saints arguably had the most improved offseason out of any team. Carolina also, I would say, give them their props. They had a improved offseason, but Tampa might have regressed, and Atlanta didn't really do much either. You know what I'm saying? They added no talent.
Yeah, they stuck where they always been. Position. Yeah, they stuck where they are.
You can have all them weapons, but if you have no one throwing football, then what does it matter?
Yo.
So, hey, man, I think that if you can win your division, then it's obviously that you can make the playoffs. And the first step to making a Super Bowl is making the playoffs. So if you can make the playoffs, then you can win a Super Bowl.
Right.
You can make the Super Bowl.
And then the main thing, you win the division.
You get a home playoff game.
Thank you.
Which is very important for this young team. So I think this division is another reason you should be optimistic, and another reason why we should take advantage of this window we have while the division is sloppy. So yeah, man. I mean,
yeah, I think I can't agree more with you, bro. I mean, let's just be real. The Saints probably is. I ain't gonna say probably. The New Orleans Saints are the best team in this division. They were one of the hottest teams to close out the end of last year. And they made the most improvement, like he said. They made the most improvement on the roster. And they only lost 2 starters, key starters, but we'll touch on that in a minute.
Yeah. So lost 2 key starters, but we also brought a lot of talent to the roster.
Right.
Which is your second reason why you think we should be optimistic. Yeah, man. Well, tell me about it. What type of talent did we bring to New Orleans?
Last year we had so many glaring holes on this team, whether it was the offense, the defense, or even special teams, And we addressed a lot of those major holes, if not all, through the draft and through free agency. So, first and foremost, we had a major hole in the offensive line. We couldn't protect the quarterback. We couldn't get a run game going. So what do? You bring in the best free agent offensive lineman, arguably the best free agent offensive lineman, and David Edwards. You seen we couldn't run the ball efficiently. We didn't have that playmaker in the backfield. So what you do, you go get a playmaker in Travis Etienne. Okay. You seen Shough had no wide receiver weapons out of Chris Olave. My bad. You seen we had no wide receiver weapons outside of Chris Olave. So What do?
Go grab him.
You go grab the best, most talented wide receiver in the draft in Jordan Tyson.
Who else?
You go draft the lengthy speedster and Bryce Lance.
Who else?
You go grab that speedy special teams returner and Barry Brown.
Who else?
And then you go draft Oscar Delp, the underutilized but physically gifted tight end.
Sleeper.
Facts. So,
not to mention, you get Jalen Pope.
Oh yeah.
See what he contributes.
He's coming back.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, and let's touch on the defense, man, because last year we couldn't stop the run to save our life. So what you do? You go get one of the best run stuffers in all of college football last year, Christian Miller.
Big boy.
We lost Demario Davis, so what you do? You bring in a familiar veteran who's pretty solid, had 100 plus tackles in the last 2 years, and Caden Ellis. So, and also I can't forget the special teams, one of the most important players on this team, Mr. Ryan Wright.
One of the biggest improvements also.
Right. We was one of the most inconsistent in punting in probably the last 5. Since we lost Morstead for sure.
A lot of phases in special teams was inconsistent.
Right. So we addressed the offense, we addressed the defense, and special teams. So I feel like every glaring hole was filled. Maybe not the DB room as much as I like, but I think we rocking and rolling with it. So
yeah, man, we definitely improved with the talent on this roster. On paper, this is supposed to be an explosive, fast, on defense, get to the football, and Caden Ellis, Jonas Sanka leading that room. Special teams, we had a TJ Hall, a couple more guys in the draft. I'm forgetting the names, but
Lorenzo Styles.
Right. So, yeah, man, we definitely improved in every single phase of football. However, now it's time to see what those guys actually will do. We expect Tyler Shough to take that step. We expect Achane and David Edwards to help out in our run game. We expect this O-line to be a top 10 unit and stay healthy. We expect these guys on the outside that we just got for receivers and Olave, Tyson, Bryce Lance, Oscar Delp, Jawan Johnson to go out there and do it again. Barry Brown to step in when he could. Jalen Polk to step up and be that second rounder that he got drafted as. We expect these guys to go out and show our offense. We expect Caden Ellis and Pete Warner and Stutzman to fill out the Mario Davis role on defense. We expect Jonas Sanker to come in and do what he's supposed to do. But now we actually got to go out there and prove it. Yes. Now we got to go out there and do it. So that's the only thing, man. Is like, hopefully this talent on this roster gets utilized.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. And you know what they always say, potential means
nothing.
Yeah, it means you did nothing. So you got to go out there and prove your potential. So
I hope that's what we go out there and do, man. Prove our potential. I'm still am very optimistic about this team, especially because of how we treated this offseason.
Right.
This offseason. But now it's time to get into concerns, man. You know, you can't have optimism without having pessimism and concerns. And I might shake the game up a little bit.
Yeah, you might.
I might bust some heads with my first reason.
Might have a few Saints fans, a lot of Saints fans outraged.
My first reason for concern is no other than your quarterback, Tyler Shough.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think Tyler Shough is the guy, will be the guy. I hope that he goes out there and plays like it. However, we do have a very small sample size with him, and we have a lot ride on him. The pressure is on him for sure. And my main concern is what if he goes out there week 2, gets hurt, has to sit the rest of the season, and then we're dealing with a 28-year-old QB who's going into his 3rd season, who only got 11 games under his belt. You know what I mean? So that's a concern for me, is him staying healthy, him being able to get that time in the league that he's already missing out on from being an older player. We really can't afford for him to miss a lot of games, bro. He needs to be in there getting better and building with this team, getting the continuity up. Not to mention, he's a 2nd-round pick, which statistically looking at it, doesn't often work out. Only 5 2nd-round picks out of 50-plus QBs have signed a second contract with the team that had drafted him. And that's Andy Dalton, that's Derek Carr, that's Colin Kaepernick, that's Jalen Hurts, and that's our main man, the GOAT, Drew Brees. So the odds are stacked against him, man. Not to mention, out of those 5 QBs, there's only 2 Super Bowl winners in there. And only one with the team they drafted. So since 2000, you're looking at 1 QB drafted in the 2nd round won a Super Bowl for their team.
Yeah,
call it what you want. It's just a little statistic. Of course, they got outliers. But, the odds are stacked against him. And I think that he needs to play fast. And I think he really can't afford, bro, to 1, not go out there and perform, or 2, just go out there and be available. He needs to be available. We need to develop him. So, yeah, man, that's why he's a concern for me.
Right, rightfully so. You made a lot of great points. You spoke about outliers, and I think that's the perfect definition for Tyler Shough. He got it from the mental aspect, the X's and O's, the super high confidence, the moment's never too big for him. He did great in all the statistics that matter, the turnover worthy rate, the completion percentage, the big time plays he made. He's not afraid to use his legs. He's what you want, man.
Total package.
Yeah, he elevates. He's what you want in a quarterback. A guy that's gonna lead a team and elevate them. And I think he put that on full display last year.
Yeah, I think another problem with Tyler Shough, and it kind of ties back into the Kellen Moore thing, is the slow starts. And the 2, he did miss a lot of big plays last year. They had a lot of receivers, throwing up that mailbox, and Tyler Shough not really hitting them, when he was supposed to, for big plays. But the good thing about Tyler Shough is he's incredibly clutch. A lot of those went, on the back burner and wasn't brought up a lot because even though he didn't hit the wide open guy, down the seam, he hit Devon Bailey for a first down on an in route or something like that on 3rd and 11.
Right.
So, yeah, man. One thing about this team, we do know that in crunch time, they will play their best. Right. But I want all that. I don't want to miss no big plays. I want him to not be so gun shy. You know, he showed that last year in training camp a little bit, that he was a little gun shy, and I think that kind of bled over into him being a rookie. You know, he kind of played like that too. So I just want to go out and let it rip, man, and play up here. Trust in Kellen Moore's scheme. Go out there and make the play whenever it's there.
Right. And I think him being the first year in a new system, that kind of played into it. So this second year, he got a full year under his belt, working with the guys in the off season, putting in the time. So I think that's going to elevate.
Of course. Another reason that I'm concerned is this schedule. And a lot of, it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah, big contract.
In media or for anybody. For that matter.
Yeah.
But here's my thinking, man. We open up in Detroit.
Right.
And then we travel to Baltimore.
That's tough.
So just from the fact that you can start 0-2 is a big concern for me, especially with a young team, especially with a young head coach. Now we do know, as we've been saying, they do play well in crunch time. So the thought process is hopefully they will be able to bounce back from that and not get too, into themselves and still go out there and play the brand of football that they're supposed to play. But I mean, if you open up 0-2 from them two teams, let's be honest, those are two good football teams. That there's a good
100%,
chance
100%
that you do open up 0-2 on the road. Only about 11% of teams make it to the playoffs after going 0-2. Not to mention you play the best division in football in the NFC North, and you play them on a stretch. You know what I mean? And you got a travel stretch later in the year where you got 4 road games out of 5. Then you got the Paris game that you go and play internationally. That's another thing for a young team to go out there and do. So yeah, I still agree. Obviously, statistically speaking, we do have one of the easiest schedules, but I don't think it's all kicked out like it shows to be. Right. I think that we can fall behind and maybe lose confidence real quick. And if we don't, that will go to show you who this football team really is.
Yeah, I agree. I know worst case scenario, I see we go 0-2, but I believe the schedule plays into our favor the rest of the way. That 4 out of the 5 road games at the back end of the schedule, I think there's a few winnable games. They are winnable, but worst case, you go 2-3, you 0-2. Okay, that's 2-5. What you doing with the rest? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the rest of the team should be, quote unquote, very winnable games. Those are the games you have to win, So I agree. It's tough in the beginning. That stretch is tough, but I think they're going to persevere through it.
Yeah, I'm just concerned with a young team starting off 0-2, losing confidence. Right. That just stuck out to me. I just think that's, that might be a concern.
You brought up the 11% of teams make the playoffs at 0-2. Yeah. I got a question for you. What that remind you of going 0-2 and making the playoffs?
Somebody did that before?
Man, I think so. Most thought they was in that rebuild mode that year. Right.
And they just came back, huh?
Yeah, well, but yeah.
I don't know what it was. Like 13 and down 3 that season or something like that. 12 and 5. What it was?
Exactly, bro. The Saints did it in 2017. For those who don't know.
We for sure. I think we for sure can do it, man. Right. It's just getting over that hump, and I actually think that if we do go 0-2, it might show us a lot more about this team than if we go 1-1.
Right. And I think if we do go 0-2, how that 0-2 looks, was it competitive or did we just get dog walked? That's a huge difference. So that'll tell a lot too.
But we're gonna get more into the schedule in the next episode. So be on the lookout for that. What's your last reason? What you think we should be concerned about this season? Why we might not make that jump?
Yeah, could the Saints gel together with all this new talent, and could they avoid the injury bug that has haunted them the last few seasons? We see the talent that we got. All the additions we brought in, key additions, great, all that fine and dandy. But can they all come together as one unit? The last few seasons as well. Speaking of the injury bug, the last few seasons, the Saints could not keep a healthy roster for anything. Majority do with the O-line. We had 9+ offensive line combinations in each of the last 5 years. That is terrible. That's not a successful formula for winning football games. So they gotta figure out how we can stay healthy. Offensive line, defense. So I think.
Yeah.
I
think so too. Gelling together is gonna be a big part. I think, like you mentioned earlier, Tyler Shough going out there with the receivers, that's gonna build continuity. Right. But yeah, man, I agree. It's all about staying healthy. You know, if you look at the teams that win in this league, teams that, whether you call it luck, low management, LeBron style, whatever you want to call it, is the teams that stay healthy.
You got to figure it out. You have to figure it out.
But yeah, man. I mean, so what you thinking, man? What you want to tell them? We legit contenders?
Man, after everything, you know, going through everything, breaking everything down, I believe the New Orleans Saints are legit contenders. I would pump the brakes on Super Bowl contenders, but to win the division, make the playoffs, even win a playoff game, I would say 100% they are legit contenders without a doubt.
Yeah, I agree 100%, man. The Saints team has the opportunity to make a jump. It don't even have to be everything goes right. Like I said, from the weak division to an offensive guru to Tyler Shough, who proved that he can play behind and show out whenever he needs to be, whenever he needs to do that. Yeah, I think this team is gonna start to compete this year, man.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And we open up that Super Bowl window.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Don't forget, man. Please like the video, subscribe, comment down below what y'all think. Are we pretenders? Are we contenders? Yeah, man. Just give us y'all thoughts. Be on the lookout for the next video, man.
Peace.
Gone.